Jamaica's Oblique Seville was so close. Meanwhile, Noah Lyles roars. Letsile Tebogo and Zharnel Hughes break records. This may have been the most exciting 100 meters in years. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel if this is your first time here. Thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to go. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, the men's 100-meter finals was just concluded. Well, not just, maybe about an hour or so ago at the World Championships 2023 being held in Budapest. And let me tell you, people, this one was a doozy. Super exciting. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not really disappointed. In fact, I'm actually very proud. In this instance, Jamaica's Oblique Seville came fourth, just off the podium like last year, but much improved. With the likes of Jamaica's Oblique Seville, the United States Noah Lyles, the prophet, I'm going to now start calling him, Letsile Tebogo of Botswana, Zharnel Hughes of Great Britain. Much can be said about this very, very exciting men's 100-meter final. When the smoke cleared, it was Noah Lyles who, well, at least got a part of his prediction one correct. He became the world champion, running a time equaling Zharnel Hughes' world-leading time of 9.83, with Letsile Tebogo coming second in a time of 9.88, a new national record, a new personal best, a new African record. A new national record for Botswana. And in third position is Zharnel Hughes, the same time of 9.88, with Oblique Seville running the same time of 9.88, just taking that fourth spot. Had Oblique Seville not leaned forward, he probably would have made it. But people, as far as I'm concerned, him come second. And this was a momentous run. Like I said, from now on, I'm going to start calling Noah Lyles the prophet. No, because I did not see him winning. Thought he'd be in the top 5, but not winning. I'm going to be very honest with you. Now, the race unfolded. As you can see here, we can't show the actual race as yet, but this is the actual 100-meter finals that you're seeing in stills. And Noah Lyles got an incredible start. I mean, I ain't kidding, man. I was a little shocked. So did Letsile Tebogo. I also have to say kudos and congrats to Raheem Ford, who made the finals. He came 8th, but that's a big deal. And it was relatively close up until maybe about the last 40, when Noah Lyles started to pull away, I said the last 30 meters from the rest, as you can see here. And as you see them coming across the line, they're almost blanket across the line, with Noah Lyles separating himself from everyone. Here it is at a closer angle. So this was anyone's race. That's Noah Lyles there. You can see Tebogo over on the left, with Zharnel Hughes to the left of Noah Lyles and Oblique Seville to the right of Noah Lyles. Really fantastic race, as you can see right here. Really close up to the line. Very exciting because you couldn't really tell who was going to win. Now, Oblique Seville spoke with TVJ after, and I decided, this is a long interview, people, but I decided to air the entire interview before I give my 2 cents, because I wanted to hear his perspective, and I think he was honest. This was right after the race. Everything was raw. And I think he spoke eloquently, and meaning Jamaica's Oblique Seville. And people, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him because here's the truth. Up until his run in the semi-finals of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, which took place in 2021, the Jamaican male sprinter was not even a factor anymore. For about 10 years, we weren't a factor. And this young man is part of the reason why we are back in the conversation. So listen up, and then we'll talk.
Well, my performance was, I think it was excellent. To the last part of my race wasn't that good. But as my coach always told me, it's always the milliseconds that separate us. And I think that what separates me from getting a bronze medal, a third medal. So it's just for me to come back next year, which was the Olympics, and try to do better than this year.
You spoke about the last part of your race, and it appeared as if you were tightening up a bit in the last 25-30 meters or so. What exactly was happening with you there?
Well, everyone was close at the line, and I think that I should have held my technique a little bit more because I dipped very early, which actually cost me.
What were the instructions from Coach Glenn Mills to you going into this final?
Well, he told me that just to go out there and execute to the best of my ability. But I did part of it, which is the start, but the finish wasn't that great.
You finished 4th in the finals in Eugene last year, 4th again now. Going forward, what are the areas you think you need to work on from a technical perspective, you would say?
Well, I need to work on my hands, honestly. But during this season, I had a little up and down in the season. I had a minor setback twice. And to come out here, even in the heat, I actually surprised myself, which I don't think no one did expect me to run that fast based on my performance at the trials and at the Miramar meet. And in Memphis, I compete in Memphis, which I ran 9.98. So that was the time that I come into the championship. So coming out here and run 2.98 and a 9.90 is something special for me, even though I am not in the medal, which that would be a bigger picture for me.
Just in case some persons are wondering, did you go too fast in the first round of this event?
I didn't expect that I would run that fast because I was curious as to what form I was in. But my coach told me that I am in the best form. But when I went back to him, he said, "Why you run that fast?" But I said I didn't know that I was on that form. So I surprised myself, but he wasn't surprised because he's one of the greatest coaches, so he knows a lot.
No two ways about the legendary status of Glenn Mills. How do you look forward now to relay duties?
Well, I think it's possible for us to get a medal in the relay. It's possible for us to get a medal in the relay.
What's next for you for the remainder of the season after these championships are over?
I maybe have some races in Europe, I think, but me and my coach will discuss it later and see what happens.
What do you want to say to the Jamaicans back home, Seville, watching and across the globe, and your family members as well?
Keep supporting. Thanks for you all for all the support that you gave me, because it wasn't for your support I wouldn't perform the way I could, which it is something great for me, that knowing that Jamaica is a big fan of track and field and always supporting us.
Oblique, you ran 9.88, 200ths of a second outside your personal best and just missed out on the bronze medal. It was still a very, very creditable performance, and congratulations and all the best going forward.
Thank you.
That's Oblique Seville then, finishing 4th. The other Jamaican competitor, Raheem Ford, he finished 8th in 10.08 seconds, told us he would come by for an interview shortly.
Now, truth be told, I couldn't have said it any better. I agree with his entire assessment. I agree that if he had not dipped that early, because of course you might not know this, if you don't know, let me explain to you. When the race is that close, what they look at is the chest, not your feet, not your head, your chest. And if you notice, Letsile Tebogo held his form through the line, which is why I think he ended up in that second place. Kudos and congrats to this young man, Noah Lyles. Talk about speaking it into being. Big respect to him for that. Huge fan. And kudos and congrats to Raheem Ford. First time at a major international competition and makes it to the finals. Came 8th, but it didn't matter. He made it to the finals, people. Now let it be stated that as far as I'm aware, Letsile Tebogo is the first African to win a medal in the men's 100 meters in the finals. Plus, he also, I said, set a record. And Zharnel Hughes became the first British male sprinter in decades, if not the absolute first, but I think in decades, to have done the same. So Jamaica's Oblique Seville, it comes fourth in the finals of the men's 100 meters. Now don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings and queens. Bless up!